Something has arrived for this guy. Hey, it's Pronounced Bag and I'm Adam, and in this video, as you can probably tell from the title, I'm going to reveal the Rotiform wheels that I bought for my Golf R. I just can't talk right now, I'm so excited. I'm also going to be interviewing Jason Whipple from Rotiform about these specific wheels because they are from a very certain car that he may or may not have owned, and now I may have said too much. Also in this video, I'm going to have a giveaway that kind of ties to these wheels, and this might also be a hint. I'm gonna give away a Spektrum color binder. This has all the 40 color samples that were in the Spektrum program for Volkswagen Golf R in 2019 for the USA. Program was also in Canada. I'll do another video on the program and about the binder specifically, but I have the wheels, or at least one of the wheels right here. I'm gonna show you what it is right now. Are you surprised? I'm pretty happy to have these wheels. It's incredible. I don't know. Let's get into it. All right, before we get too far into this video, let's talk a little bit about this giveaway of the Spektrum color binder. The way you're going to enter is by commenting in this video, and that's it. My intention is to open this up to anybody worldwide. I'm willing to ship this thing worldwide. This is mine, personally. I'm giving it away. I'm hoping that, I'll be creating some more content specifically around the USA and Canada Spektrum program, obviously, as well as all the stuff about my own Golf R. But now my Golf R with Spektrum colored Irish green wheels. So this is something I'm really excited for other people to get. It's something that it took a lot of time and effort to collect a few of these, but I got them specifically for the purpose of giving them away and really saving them from being thrown in the garbage, because as I found from contacting many, many dealers, that is what's happening with these binders. So look out for a couple of weeks from now. I'm going to do another video specifically about the Spektrum program and about these binders, and I'll announce the winner in that video. Now, let's get into more about these super awesome green wheels. Irish green. I guess I just wanted to take a little bit of your time to just chat about some specific wheels that I'll be telling people that I have and own now, because you know me as the Spektrum guy, but I was wondering if you have any sort of story about the Irish Green Golf R, and if that was really intended just to be a SEMA vehicle, or if that was your own personal project, how that all kind of developed.
It was my own car for sure. I had a buddy of mine, Richard Fisher, who runs a Volkswagen store outside of Chicago, had called me and said, "Hey, I have 2 allocations for the Spektrum program." This was well before SEMA or anything like that, and I was like, "Okay, I'll take one of the allocations." And I looked at the colors overnight, and I picked an Irish green one. And his dad took the other allocation and
Right.
thought he picked Irish green, but picked like
It was
traditional
racing green.
racing
Yeah,
green.
which is really funny because like I found out that so I have kind of been communicating with them as well,
Yeah,
as trying to find all the spectrums. Um, he called it Irish green for a long time, and I got a hold of the VIN, and I was like, actually, you have racing green. Did
yeah.
you
Well,
know
he knew
that?
once they were parked next to each other. He's like, these aren't.
Yeah, he's like, what the hell?
So yeah, I ordered it. 4 months later, it showed up. Fish shipped it out to me, and then we decided to do SEMA with it. And the VW accessory guys got on board and did the kit for me. Then I talked to the racing line guys, and they did some of the power and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
so just
It
all
was,
the everybody
yeah, it
kind
was
of
a
came
neat.
together and
Yeah, we
created
always
it.
do a collab with H&R, so it was on the H&R booth. Um,
Nice.
and yeah, it was. I mean, I don't miss a lot of cars, but I do miss that one.
Yeah. I mean, so I guess why don't you have it anymore?
It I'd had it for a year, which is a long time for me for a
Oh, okay.
new car. Um, and it was at the point where it was still worth something. Like I could still get out of it and make a little bit of money.
Yeah,
Versus if I kept it, it would just start costing me money. And it wasn't one of those cars that you could redo. Like I couldn't do a version 2.0
no,
because it wasn't going to be any better.
yeah, exactly. And so like you've probably seen me make statements about it just on the Spectrum handle, Spectrum only. Just that it's a one of six color, but it's really a one of one car that like is never going to happen. Like
Yeah,
it it's going to be highly unusual to ever see something built like that again. So
uh,
I'm curious specifically about the wheels too, because I know like so it's the Rotiform DTM, right?
those
Um,
were that was actually so the way we work is we'll come up with a concept, draw it in 2D, decide if we like it or not, and then we'll usually make a set and see if it's what we thought it was going to be.
sure.
And so this was the prototype for our DTM wheel, which is now offered in cast, and we've made it in many other sizes as well. So that's the one where we ordered it and we see it and we're like, okay, let's pull the trigger on this.
That's pretty crazy to think that. Well, I mean, there's not any difference that than a production wheel and those wheels because you guys are machining those.
Yeah, and
Um,
the only difference would be is those were what's called a duo block or a mono two,
okay,
um, which allows you more freedom in width than a mono block. And at the time, we didn't have access to a 19 by 9 mono block, so
okay.
we made it out of that, so we could really make it any width. Well, it turned out well.
It's pretty amazing. And then the decision to go with Irish Green, was that
I had
you or
always I'd always liked Carl Taylor's Mark III that was green with green wheels. It was on the cover of PVW, and I asked my son, who was 6 at the time, maybe, what color we should do the wheels, and he was like, green. And
yeah,
I think it could have gone terribly, but it ended up looking really good.
yeah, it looked really good. And I think I send you a picture of the wheel on my car?
Yep.
I had already like had this plan because I wanted to add a little bit of color to the Oryx white. It's a cool color in itself, but it's still a white car.
Right.
And so I had this idea where I was like, okay, I'm gonna start adding in some green accents. Ultimately, I want to try and do some like copper, like copper the badges and stuff on it, but still have the green accents to go with that. And then when you said that you still had the wheels and that they were for sale, I was like, oh my God, I just kind of had this like moment wash over me, like I could have I could have green wheels
Yeah,
to go
white's
with
probably the
this.
only color you could get away with doing that on, really.
I know, and it looks
Maybe
so
black,
good.
but yeah. it definitely makes a statement. Looks more
Yeah.
like a race car, I think.
So to this point, like I've only shared it with a few people, and like, my family obviously knows, but surprisingly, even like people in my family who are not car people are like, "Oh man, that looks really good. That looks better than I expected." When you said you were buying green wheels, I was like, "Oh man," didn't quite know what to think about it. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with them.
Good.
They
Glad.
fit great as I expected, but
Probably need to lower it a little bit.
yeah, that's in the future. I'm actually going. We have a local shop that actually just got a APR Stage 2 tune code for, so I'm going to be going there later this week, and we're going to start talking about plans for some suspension modifications and possibly doing some other videos with them. Maybe at the end of all this, talking about doing some lowering springs or something, or even coilovers.
Nice.
So it's in the plan, it's in the works. One other thing I was going to ask you about is that I know that you said you selected your color. Did you get one of these before you selected Irish green, or did you
No,
have this?
no, I didn't
Um,
have that. I had some web page I had found, but I
oh
have
yeah,
that now.
yeah. I saw one. I think on one of your story highlights, you have one of these Spektrum binders.
Yeah,
For anybody who's watching this, this is the color sample binder where you have all 40 of the colors that were available in the Spektrum program. And I'll probably talk about it at some other point in this video, but I'm going to do a giveaway. I spent a lot of time this summer calling dealers all over the US. I'm really excited to kind of share some of the Spektrum love, and hopefully whoever ends up winning it is actually a Spektrum owner. That would
yeah,
be ideal,
seriously.
and not
Um,
not just a collector. But I guess that's me. I don't have a Spektrum car.
are there any hints or plans of them doing anything like that in the future?
Um, that's really interesting because I do chat with Megan probably like every other day, just like messaging about like new cars that I find. And I also have been in touch with Scott, I forget his last name, but he helped start off the Spektrum program.
Right.
And, they're I think that it's something that is in the back of their mind and that they're potentially working on, but
I think it was more popular after it was gone. Like people didn't even know it was happening.
I
They
think
didn't
so. And
like.
and I've only owned my car for a year plus, just over a year. So this is my first Volkswagen. So I don't know a whole lot of the like. I've always loved the brand, but I've not known a whole lot of the brand history. But that's what I've been hearing from people is that you know people found out about it too late. I think that it was really hard for people to find dealers that had an allocation. Um, because I was told that dealers that got allocations only got one. So it's really interesting to hear like you're saying that.
They had two
Uh,
stores.
oh, I see. They had two stores. Okay,
At,
that
at the
makes sense
time,
then.
they had two stores. They had like
But I've
on either
heard,
side of Chicago. Yeah,
yeah, but I've heard stories of like certain dealers having sold like multiple of them. And so I don't know if maybe that's because they like found out who else had allocations and worked out deals with them or
maybe.
what. So it's and I've chat with Megan about some of those kind of insider things, and she's very helpful and informative in ways that she can share. But um yeah, I think that there's a lot of people who have a sour taste in their mouth because um they they went to a dealer to order one. The person who they were working with at the dealer didn't know that they didn't have an allocation, or they maybe ordered like past the window of ordering, and then they're like, "Oh, my order got canceled. Like,
Yeah,
VW sucks."
pretty
So there's
typical.
there's a lot of people that were not happy. But I think the fact that like the program happened once, now that people know like it was a thing, like it could happen again. But with the Mark
Those
8,
colors are so hot now. Like
I know. You know what's really
everybody's
crazy is that
everybody's doing like paint to sample and stuff like that.
even the Golf R, like a used Golf R with less than 10,000 miles is listing at like 40 to $42,000 right now. Um, and then the Spektrums are going for a little bit more than that. And um, but yeah,
Yeah, I didn't have any problem selling mine. That's for sure.
Well, you
Yeah, I had
you
a
also
ton of
had
people, and Fish's dad just was like, "I'll take it."
nobody nobody gives that car the credit I feel like it deserves for the price that they're asking. I was messaging with a guy today that was like, "Oh, I would offer them money, but they're asking just such an unreasonable price." I was like, "Sir,
Yeah,
if I was looking to buy a race car, I am not going to compare it to a stock version of that car." I mean,
I mean, it's worth it to the people that would want the parts.
exactly. It's
If they didn't
yeah,
want the parts, then they
yeah,
should buy a standard one.
yeah, exactly.
That's the problem with the internet today. Everybody's got a voice.
I know. And so your handle, I'm so over the internet, is perfect for
Yeah.
that. Well, I don't really have a whole lot more, unless you have other secrets that you need to tell me about Rotiform or upcoming plans or
Mm, No secrets. We're just
things I should know.
trying to keep it fresh. I mean, I think the reason it's worked is because we're still enthusiasts, just like our customers, and hopefully that translates through some of the products that we offer.
The fact that you guys have the flexibility of all your wheel designs, the sizes, the finishes, like I think that is what everybody wants is like, I want to be a little different, so I'm gonna get that, instead of, the same wheels that everybody has. So I
It's
think that's super cool.
personalization.
Yeah. I can imagine that that probably comes with an expense. That's
I
I,
mean,
s- I saw
forged
it.
wheels are expensive, and
y-
that's part of the reason.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, those are really marketing. That's really a marketing exercise. The money makers are the cast wheels.
Oh
So the
yeah.
forged
Yeah.
wheels kind of sell the cast wheels.
hmm Because people like the look, and if
Yeah,
they're not
they're
tracking
like,
the
oh,
car, then
I don't want to pay $5,000 for this. I'd pay
I don't either.
$300 for the wheel.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to getting these. I think I might get them ceramic coated to just help protect, and I'll be running them only during the summertime because I'm up in the Pacific Northwest. So right now it's really crummy outside to be running summer wheels, and so I have a nice set of 18-inch Cadiz,
there you go.
winter, snow tires on there. So
Nice.
I'll run those for now. But anyway, I appreciate your time
Cool.
and look forward to just keep chatting with you about what you got coming up. And again, thanks for the opportunity to get these wheels. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
awesome. I'm glad they went somewhere good.
Yeah, they will be well loved.
Cool.